Hello, everyone. Have you ever noticed that when people greet each other, they often start with the phrase, "How you doing?" I say that it's a phrase because it's not really a question, because it's really a social convention, especially if the person who's saying, "How you doing?" doesn't really want to stop and hear the answer. And usually we know that, and so the answer that we give, even if our life is falling apart, "I'm fine." Um, so let's talk a little bit about sincere greetings. Jesus talks about how do you greet people. He's speaking to his followers. And in Matthew 10, he says, as you enter a house, wish it peace. And then he also says in Luke, when you enter a house, first say, peace be to this house. Peace. He's not saying your first sentence when you meet somebody is, hey, what's for dinner? Or where's the restroom? Or are you worthy for me to come in here? Or even, how you doing? So this way of greeting of peace seems to be the core of Jesus's instruction of how Christians should go about in the world. It's the very first thing we should be saying to people, and it's something that we really should mean. Pax et bonum. That was how Francis wished and greeted people. Peace and all good. The reason that he was attracted to it because he was a man of the gospel. And if Jesus said, this is how you do it, well, then Francis wanted to be able to say, this is how we're supposed to do it. Francis wanted the first thing out of his mouth to be peace and all good to you. But there were a few other experiences that underlined why peace was on the forefront of his mouth and his tongue and his way of being. Before his conversion, Francis was in a war. His side was defeated. He was held as a prisoner of war for a year. And when he came home, he was shattered. He experienced had a first-hand experience of what the absence of peace can do and the trauma that can linger on participants for many years. So this terrible experience that he had motivated him to want to wish peace on people. But another major and maybe surprising influence on this development of Francis's way of life came from his time in the Holy Land. Many people know that Francis had a famous meeting with the Sultan of Egypt. During one of these terrible crusade wars, he went over to see the Sultan with the idea that if he could convert the Sultan to Christianity, then there could be peace. And the Sultan, when he met Francis, was probably thinking along the same lines. If we could only convert all these Christians to Islam, then there would be peace. Each hoped to make a convert of the other, but they instead ended up making a friend. Francis and friends wish the best for each other. Friends wish peace on each other. And of course, there's no guarantee that there'll automatically be peace if everybody is the same religion. If you study history, you'll know that there's a long, long line of wars where opposing sides prayed to the same God for victory over the other. Something else has to change if there's really going to be peace. When Francis and the Sultan met each other, they were very impressed with each other. The Sultan was very impressed with Francis's sincerity, his humility, his lack of attachment to material things. And Francis was impressed with the Sultan's devotion to praying several times a day and the Muslim custom of wishing people peace when they meet them. Assalamu alaikum. That means peace to you. Literally, upon you be peace. Wishing people God's peace was the first act that Muslim people did. Francis found that really impressive. So people have asked us, how is the mountain celebrating the 800th anniversary of the passing of St. Francis? The Pope even declared that this is a special Jubilee year, so you have to be doing something that's unusual. Well, we decided as a community that we're going to dedicate a day called Pax et Bonum, peace and all good, on Saturday, September 19th. And it's going to be a day for peacemaking. There should be an advertisement in this newsletter for our Pax et Bonum Day and directions on how to register in person or online. We hope you can take part in this. Pax et Bonum, peace and all good.